Hello. In order to understand today's episode, I need to give you like a little bit of a story time. So ever since I have this channel, every once in a while, lately it's been more common, but every once in a while I get offerings from different companies saying, hey, you know, I'm gonna give you this product for free, just give a review and whatnot. And 99.9% of the time I say no, because I'm not interested in what they're offering. Usually they offer stuff, or they tell me, oh, you know, you can be part of us and you just have to give the people on your channel code, and they get, you know, I get like 10% of whatever you sign up for any service. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in that at the moment because I have Patreon and my patrons are funding this channel, so I don't have a need to sell you anything. So that's the first thing I need to say. I'm not here to sell you any of the things that I'm going to be reviewing on this episode. I'm not interested in selling you any of these things at all. I just want to show you and give you my opinion about these things that I got. When we moved to the US, I didn't have a set of lights, and this company offered me this big LED light, the Falcon Eyes, and I said, yes, of course, I would love to have it, and I made a video about it, a review of sorts of the light, and it's a good light, it's fine, it works, but with time I've discovered that I don't really use it, and the reason is I have a limited amount of space. I have a New York apartment, which is not huge, and I can't have a set of lights like in the middle of the living room or in my room just using a bunch of space. So when the guys at Boling wrote me because they wanted to offer me a light, I said, yeah, sure, let's have a go. And it's a portable light. So this got in the mail. There you go. This is it. This is the LED light. And I don't know why the box is so big. Is this like something else? What is this? Is there something underneath? Hold on. What's in here? Please tell me there's something else and it's not just a box. I can feel something here, but I don't know. Wait, can I take this off? Is there something? I feel so stupid. See, I was not crazy. There was something underneath. What's inside? I guess it's just like a dummy thing, like a version. Oh, it's a cable. It says that this is the on button, and I turn it on, and it's super extremely bright, and then I can move this. Check this out, and the color changes, and then it's gonna make it cooler, and it lowers by intervals of hundreds, and then it gets really warm, and this is the dimmer, and let me see. Yeah, that's how it is. It's a good light, and you can tell it's good because it's being used right now. So the light that you're seeing on this video and the light that you saw on my 21 rolls in 3 weeks video, those 3 videos had this light. And the way I use this light is I put it on a stand and I turn it on, I put it through a white umbrella, and that's it. And I just use it as it is, and when it's done I just fold the umbrella, collapse the tripod, take the light out, and that's it. I don't need to do anything else than that. Right now it's at full power, so you can tell it's not exactly the most powerful light in the world, but for filming this kind of videos in a really simple environment, I don't really need much. Some good things about this light: you can use it, it has like special effects, so you can have it to look like a police car, and it flashes the blue and red lights at different speeds. You can have it for special effects. You can set it on the background and it flashes different colors. You can select different colors for the light. All right, this is the difference between 0% and 100%. It's pretty good. I can easily see this kind of light being used by people who have to take videos on parties or whatever, because you can just use it on the front and take images of people or video, and it actually looks like a pretty natural light, and you can decide if you want to change the color of it in order to make it match the ambient light. So I've been thinking about portability a lot for this channel, and one of the reasons is every time I go out on the streets to shoot an episode, I usually carry with me the Canon EOS M, which is the camera that you're seeing right now. But one thing that happens with that camera is that it's not stabilized. There's absolutely zero way of stabilizing that camera by itself. So I decided to break out the bank and purchase this. This is a DJI Osmo Pocket. This has not been sponsored, nobody gave me this. I purchased this with my own money. just so you know. So I've been using this camera for a little bit of the vlogs that I did for the 21 rolls in 3 weeks project. I've been using it for some of the latest videos you've seen on the channel. This camera has been really useful. It's really cool and it's super portable and it's great. But the thing that it doesn't have is too much control over it. I mean, it's an f2 fixed aperture. In order to let less light in, you can only adjust the shutter speed or the ISO, and if you're already in ISO 100, then you have to add more shutter speed and then the image looks choppy, so you need to use filters. Before buying this, I was approached by another company, and the company is Feiyu Tech. Now Feiyu Tech makes gimbals, and in the channel there's many times in which people have said, hey, you should try a gimbal, you should use a gimbal, so when you go on the streets the image doesn't look like a handheld camera, try a gimbal. Okay, here it is, I tried a gimbal. This is a gimbal. This is a Feiyu Tech AK2000. They have a small model for smartphones, they have this model for small DSLRs, and they have a big one, the AK4000, for like bigger cameras. Now I decided to try this one because I'm using the USM. There's no sense in asking them, hey, can I have the 4000? Because this thing is already super heavy. That's the biggest downside of this. This is not as portable as I thought it would be. I had a Merlin Steadicam long time ago. If you ever saw my documentary that I shot in 2012 called El Parque de los Prospectos, I shot it here in New York and I brought with me my Merlin Steadicam, which I also used when I was shooting weddings back in the day. So I know how to operate a Steadicam. I'm very familiar with that. At one point I was able to focus while using it, so I'm very good with it. And this is similar to that, but it's like an electronic version. It has good things and bad things of being electronic. Some good things is that it's way easier to operate. Now the Merlin Steadicam that I used to have, it was complex because you need to behave in a certain way so the camera and the Steadicam will move with you. And this, you just put the camera on top of it, it will calculate the whole thing and you can just walk. Right, so what I want to try is, Fran has never tried this before, so I just gave her the Steadicam to see if it's too hard to operate. Fran, is it hard to operate?
No, it's heavy though.
It's heavy, I know. But it's like, it's not impossible to
No,
operate.
it's doable. But I don't know if I will be able to do this on the long run. Yeah.
Can you go backwards with it? How hard is it? Is it okay?
It's okay. It looks like a video clip, like a movie.
It looks like a TV show, like Today We're
or like a
New York.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, like I will be singing to the camera.
Yeah.
I become so numb. Now the downside is there's no way for me with the EOS M to focus while using this. They offer a focusing system which you can focus by pulling this tab. In reality, I can't use it with the EOS M for focusing because the base plate is too close to the lens. So when I use the electronic thingy for focusing, I can't put it underneath the lens. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna use it without the, it has like a thing that you put around the lens and then it can focus. But then I decided to remove that and use it directly on the lens. The focusing system is not really smooth, so it focuses on big jumps. Like it focuses up to here, and then I move it a little bit and it moves over there. Alright, I'm trying to focus the back of my bicycle, like the seat, and it catches it sometimes, but it's not precise. Like as soon as I touch it, it goes out of focus immediately, and it focuses like on the wheels. I'll try to get it to focus on this seat, but I have to keep touching it. If I let it go, it refocuses. Like, I have to be extremely close for it to work. If it's like a little bit further away, let me move it up. There you go. I'm trying to get the seat in focus. Oh man, it's hard. It's extremely hard. I'm actually using more the DJI Osmo Pocket. Why? Because it's more portable, and that's the thing that I wanted to convey on this thing. For what I do, portability is a must. Like things must be really easy to collapse, put on a backpack and just go, because I'm walking around the city, I'm trying to film an episode. I usually don't have much time to shoot an episode because I'm getting a PhD and I'm just reading and studying all day. And when I have free time, I just use it on YouTube. But I need things that are fast to set up. Now this Steadicam is not really long to set up. Here's a video of me setting it up. That's the amount of time that it takes. It's not really long. Once you have all the weight on the camera, on this gimbal, and you're walking around the city, like after a few minutes, your forearm starts hurting. It really hurts because you're just lifting weight the whole time. Sure, it has a base, a tripod on the base that you could stand it on, and that's more comfortable, and that's good. But I've not been using it as much as I thought I would because of that. Even though I can't really focus it properly with ease, I can focus it. I can just follow somebody. Like if I was shooting like a bride and a groom entering the church, that's super easy to shoot with this thing. You just focus on them and walk with them to the church, and it looks massive and it looks amazing. So this thing is more useful for people who are shooting like videos professionally, or have a small production company, or like thinking about making a small budget documentary and you want to have a nice Steadicam shot with you, but you don't want to break the bank. This is a good option. The batteries that I thought were common batteries, they're actually bigger than the regular batteries. They're actually kind of they're not massive, they fit on my hand, but they're big. So I thought I was going to be able to swap this for my Eneloop, because I have a bunch of rechargeable batteries, but looks like I can't. I have to use these proprietary batteries and use the proprietary charger to charge them. I'm not really excited about that. Don't take my word for it. If you want to, you can see other reviews in which they compare it with other ones and whatnot. I don't have another Steadicam. I can't compare it. I don't have another gimbal. All I have is this and the other DJI Osmo Pocket camera, so that's all I can say. The difference is portability for starters. This is way bigger and way heavier than just this. So in terms of portability, there's no competition. Mostly because whenever I'm shooting episodes, I'm usually shooting with somebody else who's helping me if I'm not using an action camera. And that other person, if I just give that person this thing and say, okay, use this thing to film the episode, this is the record button, this is the stop button, and if you really want to move the gimbal, you just gotta flip the screen like this. They're super happy to use it. It's super intuitive, it's super easy. It's basically like using a cell phone with more options, and it looks way better. That's my opinion. If you want to shoot your thing in your garage and you have a lot of space to dispose and you can have several of those lights or just one and let it there, the Vulcanize is a great option. But if you're thinking about using a small amount of space and just have something that you can mount on quickly, film a video and then just dismantle, this kind of LEDs are the best. And it's a pretty good product. Like I really like this light. This is probably the thing that I've used the most on this channel. Having lights in here for shooting an episode, it's really a problem. But now it's kind of fixed with this thing, so I'm really happy. And regarding Steadicams, depending what you want to achieve is different. If you want a more professional look that has the classic depth of, shallow depth of field and the person just walking and it looks amazing in the background, then you gotta have a big gimbal. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to have a small camera to carry around with you and shoot something quick on the street or like a B-roll kind of feel, then the Osmo Pocket is really good. I will probably be using more the Osmo Pocket because it's more comfortable. It's more compact, it's easier to use, and I can just give it to Fran or to whoever is helping me film an episode and be like, okay, you use this, I'll shoot the film, okay, let's go. And that's like, I don't have to organize anything else. I don't need to explain to anybody how to use the Steadicam. The other proper gimbal, the AK2000, it's a proper gimbal. It works great as a proper gimbal. You can control actually the movements of the gimbal, left to right, top to bottom. It's a great tool, it's an amazing tool. But I'm not using it as much as I thought. So, as I said, if you have a small production company, if you're thinking about adding a gimbal to your documentary, if you want to add production value to your, wedding videos, this one, the AK2000, if you have a small camera like I do, that's your best option for sure. These are two things that I've been using, and that's pretty much it for this episode. Next week, I'll be back. like Terminator, with another shoot film episode that I hope you like it. It's gonna be here in New York, and I'm gonna be shooting a pretty nice small compact camera. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for staying here. I'll see you next week, and keep shooting. I'm so tired. I just got into university again after being on the break, and on the first month I was just making the project. On the second month I went to Chile and I toured through Chile, Argentina. And on the third month I was writing a play, so I'm destroyed. The semester's just starting and I'm burnt out. Man, this is gonna be a tough one. Okay, that's it. See you pretty soon. Bye, guys. Can you imagine walking away like that, like it was a studio?